Hello, welcome to Maths with Jay.
We're going to solve this exponential equation, and the tricky thing about it is the unknown x is on both sides. So we start off in the usual way. When we've got an exponential equation, we take logs of both sides. Now we can choose what base we want, and the usual bases would be 10 or e. If you choose base 10, then you would go for log to base 10. If you choose base e, then you would go for the natural log. So that's just telling you which key to use on your calculator. If you wanted to choose another base, and other bases are possible here, you would choose the key on the calculator that looks like that. So it's allowing you to put the base in there. So if you're choosing 10 or e, you just use the standard keys, log or the natural log. But if you want to choose another base, then you can put the base in yourself. And there are two other possibilities here which would work really well. You might like to have a think about what base you think would work well in this case. But what I think I will do is choose log to base 10. So I will just be writing log, because when we write log, that actually means log to base 10. So looking at our equation, we're going to have log of 3 to the power of 2x minus 1 is equal to log of 5 to the x plus 4. So that's taking log to base 10 of both sides. And then using our law of logarithms that tells us we can bring the power in front, we've got 2x minus 1 times log 3 is equal to x plus 4 times log 5. So the important thing to remember here is that when we've got log 3 and log 5, those just represent ordinary numbers. They'll be decimal numbers, so much better not to evaluate them at this stage, but to wait until you get to the answer to put them into your calculator. So what we'll do is we'll multiply out the brackets on both sides, and then we'll want to get our x terms on one side and everything else onto the other side. So multiplying out both sides, we get 2x log 3 minus log 3 on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, x log 5 plus 4 log 5 on the right-hand side. So now we're going to try and get our x terms on the left-hand side. So we leave 2x log 3 there. We subtract x log 5 from both sides. And the log 3 term is just a constant, so we'll add that onto the right-hand side. So the right-hand side will still have the 4 log 5 on it, as well as the log 3. So we have added log 3 to both sides and subtracted x log 5 from both sides. So we're nearly there. We've nearly got to the stage where x only appears in one place. All we need to do now is to write down x and open a bracket. So we're factorising the left-hand side. So inside the bracket we'll have 2 log 3 minus log 5, and that's equal to 4 log 5 plus log 3. We've done nothing to change the right-hand side. And so the answer is going to be that x is 4 log 5 plus log 3, and that will be divided by 2 log 3 minus log 5. So now we just need to key that into the calculator. So we want the fraction button first of all, and then we simply key in what we've written down. So 4, and we're using the log button. Notice it opens the bracket for us. So after we've keyed in the 5, we need to put in the close bracket. And then we've got plus log, it's already opened the bracket, so 3, and then close the bracket. And then we want the arrow down button, and then 2 log 3, close bracket, minus log 5, close bracket, and then equals. So the answer to 3 significant figures is 12.8. And then you'll want to check your answer, so it's a good idea to just leave it in the calculator. And what we're going to do is, instead of keying in what we want on the left hand side and the right hand side and comparing them with each other, we're going to remember that if we subtract the right hand side from the left hand side, we should get 0. In other words, 3 to the power of whatever it is minus 5 to the power of whatever that turns out to be should be equal to 0. So remember, this answer now is stored in the answer button. So what we're going to do is simply key in 3 to the power of, and now we want 2 times the answer that we've just found, so it's 2x minus 1. Then we need the right arrow key, and this time we're going to be subtracting 5 to the power of, and we want answer plus 4. So you can see what I've done. Instead of the x, I've just used answer, and instead of working out the left hand side and right hand side separately, I have subtracted the right hand side from the left hand side, so I am expecting to get an answer of 0. So if I've got the right answer, I will get an answer of 0. So let's see. Excellent, so we've got the right answer. So you might like to think about what other bases you could have done this calculation in. So natural logs would work as well, but there are a couple of others that would work really well in this situation.